Sir Isaac Newton, born on December 25, 1642 in Woolsthorpe, England, was a towering figure in the history of science. His legacy is multifaceted, encompassing his roles as a mathematician, physicist, astronomer, and author. And he is perhaps most famously known for his laws of motion and universal gravitation. Newton's life was not without struggles. His father passed away before his birth, and his mother remarried when he was young, leaving him to be raised by his grandparents. Despite these early challenges, Newton's intellectual prowess became apparent at the King's School in Grantham and later at Trinity College, Cambridge. His academic journey was disrupted by the Great Plague, but this period of isolation proved fruitful, as it was during this time that Newton began to develop his theories on calculus, optics, and the law of gravitation. Newton's most celebrated work, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, often simply known as the Principia, was published in 1687. In this groundbreaking book, he laid out the three laws of motion, which are foundational to the field of classical mechanics. These laws describe the relationship between a body and the forces acting upon it, and the body's response in terms of movement. These principles also led to the formulation of his law of universal gravitation, which posits that every particle of matter in the universe attracts every other particle with a force that is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. Newton's work on light and color, where he used a prism to split white light into the spectrum, fundamentally changed the understanding of optics. Moreover, his work in mathematics, particularly the development of infinitesimal calculus, simultaneously with, but independently of, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, revolutionized the field. Newton's impact extends far beyond the realm of academia. His methodologies and approaches laid the groundwork for the Enlightenment and significantly influenced the intellectual landscape of the 18th century. His emphasis on empirical evidence and the importance of mathematical proofs in explaining the natural world shifted the paradigm of science from a qualitative to a quantitative pursuit. Despite his scientific success, Newton's life was also marked by intense rivalries, notably with Leibniz over the invention of calculus, and with Robert Hooke regarding the nature of light and matter. Newton's later life was spent in public service, notably as warden and master of the Royal Mint, where he took on the task of reforming the currency, and as president of the Royal Society. Newton's contribution to science and mathematics is immeasurable, and his legacy lives on. He illuminated the mechanics of the cosmos and the nature of light, shaping the laws that govern the physical world as understood in his time, and many of his principles remain relevant today. He died on March 20, 1727 in London and is buried in Westminster Abbey, an honor befitting his status as one of the most influential figures in human history.